are sick and need care the most. When it comes to giving every child a world-class education, the choice is not between more money and more reform. Our schools need both. Our children need both. We're going to invest in early childhood education. We'll recruit an army of new teachers. We're going to pay all our teachers higher salaries, give them more support, raise standards, increase accountability. And to the young people who are here tonight, thinking about how to finance their college educations, I make this commitment to you. If you participate in national service, we will make sure that you can afford to go to college. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's my commitment to you. When it comes to keeping this country safe, we don't have to choose between retreating from the world and fighting a war without end in Iraq. It's time to stop spending $10 billion a month in Iraq while the Iraqi government sits on huge surpluses. Understand me, North Carolina, as president, I will end this war. I will ask the Iraqi government to step up for their future. I will finally finish the fight against bin Laden and al-Qaeda, those who killed 3,000 Americans. I will never hesitate to defend this nation, and I will make sure that our servicemen and women have the best training and equipment when they deploy into combat, and the care and benefits they have earned when they come home. That's what we owe our veterans. No more homeless veterans. No more begging for disability payments. That's my commitment as president. I won't stand here and pretend that any of this will be easy, especially not now. We've dug a deep hole for ourselves. It's going to take a long time to dig ourselves out. The cost of this economic crisis, the war in Iraq, means Washington's going to have to do the same thing that families and businesses have to do. They've got to tighten their belt. We're going to have to put off spending on things we don't need, even if they're nice to have. We'll go through the federal budget line by line. We'll end programs that we don't need. We'll make the ones that we do need work better and cost less. But as I said from the day that we began this journey, the change we need won't come from government alone. It's going to come from each of us doing our parts in our own lives, in our own communities. We're all going to have to look out for ourselves and our families, but also our fellow citizens. You know, government can help lead the way on energy independence, but all of us can make our homes and businesses more energy efficient. Yeah. I'm going to make sure that we can put more money into our schools, but government can't be that parent who turns out the TV set, makes your child do their homework. That's the responsibility of parents, and we've got to have parents who are providing the love and guidance their children need. We need a return to responsibility and a return to civility. Now, we can argue and debate our positions passionately, but all of us have to summon the strength and the grace to bridge our differences, to unite in common effort. Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Native American, Democrat, Republican, young, old, rich, poor, gay, straight, disabled, not disabled. All of us have a role to play. All of us are in this together. We can't afford the same political games and the old tactics that pit us against one another, make us afraid of each other. Despite what some people may claim, there are no real or fake parts of this country. There's no city or town that's more pro-American than anywhere else. We are one nation, all of us proud, all of us patriots. The men and women who serve on our battlefields, they're Democrats and Republicans. They fought together and bled together. Some died together under the same proud flag. They've not served red America or blue America. They serve the United States of America. That's what this election's about. It won't be easy. It won't be quick. But you and I can feel it. You know it's time for change. Some of you may have started this thing cynical and maybe fed up with politics. You have every right to be, but despite all of this, I have asked of you throughout this campaign, I ask of you tonight, what's been asked of Americans throughout our history, I ask you to believe. not just in my ability to bring change, but in yours. I know that this change is possible. I've seen it over the last 21 months. In this campaign, I've had the privilege to witness what is best in America. I've seen it in the countless faces of men and women across this country. Men and women who share their stories, who talk of their struggles, but also their hopes and their dreams. Now, I remember an email I got from a woman named Robin in Fort Lauderdale. She had come to one of our rallies. Sometime after the event, her son nearly went into cardiac arrest. He was in high school. He was diagnosed with a heart condition that could only be treated with a procedure that costs tens of thousands of dollars. Her insurance company refused to pay. Their family didn't have that kind of money. In her email, Robin wrote, "I only ask this of you. On the days where you feel so tired, you can't think of uttering another word to the people, think of us. When those who oppose you have you down, reach deep and fight back hard." North Carolina, that's what this election's about. That's what hope's about. That's what kept my grandmother going when times were tough. That's what kept your parents and grandparents going. What led them to say, you know, maybe I won't go to college, but if I save a little bit each week, maybe my child can go to college. Maybe I don't have my dream job, but if I work hard, maybe my child or daughter, they could start a business of their own. There are many people here tonight whose parents and grandparents said, maybe I can't vote, but if I march and organize, maybe my child or grandchild can run for the President of the United States someday. That is what hope is. That thing inside us that insists, despite all evidence to the contrary, that there are better days ahead. If we're willing to work for it, if we're willing to shed our doubts and fears, if we're willing to reach deep inside ourselves, when we're tired, when we're discouraged, and we come back and we fight harder. North Carolina, don't believe us for a second that this election's over. Don't think for a minute that power will concede without a fight. We're going to have to work these next 24 hours like our future depends on it. All of you are going to have to talk to your friends, your neighbors, those who still aren't convinced that change is possible. But I know this, North Carolina, the time for change has come. We've got a righteous wind at our backs. And if in these final hours, you will knock on some doors with me, make some calls for me, if you will stand with me, if you'll fight by my side, if you'll cast your ballot for me, then I promise you this, we will not just win North Carolina, we will win this general election. You